What's going on, guys? It's Alexa back with another video, and today I wanted to kind of give you guys a summary of what I've learned so far being a YouTuber for a little over a year. I started my YouTube channel back in March of 2018, and I've kind of been rolling ever since. I've gotten on a groove of posting videos 2 times a week, and you know, so far my schedule has been able to handle that amount of workload. But of course, just like with starting any type of business or any type of hobby, there are some sacrifices and there are some pros and cons that people need to be aware of before they start it. So I had a lot of hesitations as to why I didn't start it sooner, but at the end of the day, I don't regret it one bit, and I'm still enjoying it. And even though the positives and negatives, you know, they kind of balance each other out, but at the end of the day, I'm still having fun with it. And that's what should inspire you when it's time for you to do your own YouTube channel, if that's something you wish to do. As long as you're having fun with it and it doesn't feel like a job, then I think you're doing the right thing. So I figured I will talk about some of the pros and cons with you guys while we go on a nice little drive. Unfortunately, it's 5 o'clock traffic, so thankfully it's not too bad of a day. So let's go ahead and go on this drive. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a few of the reasons why I decided to start my YouTube channel and what are some of the benefits and disadvantages that I've come across doing it for a little over a year. So we're currently at the end of April, and thankfully it's starting to get warmer, so it makes it a lot easier for me to find some car content out here. But one of the struggles that I personally had during the winter was to find content, because during that time of year, you know, is limited daylight, number one, and when you're at work all day, you really don't have any time to do anything after that. So that was the struggle. But other than that, I've really been trying to look for either different car reviews or try to find some mods and customizations, and it just made it a little harder when it was cold and dark and not many people were doing anything outside. So I'm very thankful to have this warm weather back. The main reason I wanted to start my YouTube channel was because I've seen so many other people doing basically what I'm doing and having fun with it, and some of them are also making a living off of doing it. Of course, the money was not the main reason that I wanted to do it. I started to get into cars, I would say mid 2015 maybe. I started going to car shows, then I realized, wow, like, these cars are dope, and there's so many out there that I have no knowledge on, and I want to learn more about it. So I wanted something to basically give me a reason to be around these cars more often. And thankfully, the first car that I had, which was a 2007 Hyundai Tiburon, at the time, you know, it was a cute little sports car. Of course, no power with it really, and I was very grateful to have that. That was my first car. But after that, I started to realize I think I want some speed, I want some muscle. So I really started getting into muscle cars, and hence, which is why I'm in my Camaro SS. So I can do stuff like that. I love the sound of a V8. That's really like one of my passions, is just the sound of a V8. I can listen to it all day. I'm not gonna roll the windows down because it's gonna be super loud and noisy, but I love driving with the windows down. It's addictive. So I started the channel so I could be around these cars more often. Then I ended up joining a car club, and that kind of coincided with it anyway, because my car club does a lot of events, car shows, charity events as well. So I bring my camera to that as well, and kind of highlight what they're doing, and I get to be around their cool cars too. So it was a win-win, and I've had so much fun over the last year doing this stuff. And I've done a lot of modifications to my car as well. The channel kind of pushed me to do some of these modifications sooner rather than later, because I wanted to show you guys, here's some of the ideas that I have for my vehicle. Some of the things to mention that I've done exterior wise: I've added white stripes on the side of the fenders. I've also added gill stripes on the side of the car. C3 Car Club stamp is there, definitely. And I added my own YouTube logo and an RPM logo, because RPM has helped me out with a lot of my mods and everything, and they're really good people up there. They'll give you a great great deal. I also added a Borla Attack axle back exhaust. Gave my car a nice sound away from stock sound. I did a resonator delete and replaced it with an X pipe, so that added with the sound and power too. I installed a cold air intake from K&N. I painted my brake calipers red with the Brembo sticker on it so they stick out a little bit more, and I love the way they look. I added some window tint recently, and with it getting hot, that window tint has really come in handy. I added some LED fog lights, or I guess you can call them daytime running lights. I changed those to LED. So I also changed it to where they can stay on all the time, even when I have my headlights on. So I love the way that looks too. So yeah, just a lot of mostly cosmetic stuff that I've been doing so far. I'm trying to save some of the major mods for later on. Number one, when I can save up for it, and number two, when I'm not driving this car as much, because my gas mileage is going to be crap after I do some of the mods that I would like to do. So this is still my daily driver, and sometimes I only want to do it so much. One of the cons about starting this channel is that if you want it to be successful and you treat it like a business, you are going to have to make some investments, and that's what I had to do. I have a bag full of camera equipment. I do use a GoPro Hero 5 Black Edition, and it's been good to me so far. There have been some times where the audio will cut in and out of some of my longer videos, and I can't explain why it does that, but I went to GoPro's website, I installed an update, and so far so good, knock on wood. It hasn't happened since, so just be aware of that. I know they're up to like GoPro Hero 7 now, so the 5 is still doing me pretty good, so no complaints there. It's very portable, it's very easy to carry around, and of course GoPro has a ton of attachments that you can use for it, so it's been pretty easy to work with. But the stuff isn't cheap, so there is that investment, and just be aware of that you are going to have to invest in some equipment, some editing software, of course. A lot of people say, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're kind of I hate to say it, but if you're kind of half-assing what you want to do with your YouTube channel, then that's the response and feedback and subscribers that you're going to get, is a half-ass amount. So it's give and take, so just know what you're putting out there, and I guess don't be too surprised at the results. Even though I think sometimes channels that aren't very great at creating content happen to blow up. I can't explain that, but you get out of what you put into it. So just be aware of that investment. One of the pros about being a YouTuber is, of course, you get to create your own schedule. Like I said, my schedule right now is twice a week. Because I do still work full time, and there's only but so many hours in a day. Sometimes I get turned down at dealerships where they say, we're a little busy today, try to come back tomorrow. So that kind of messes with my schedule. I've kind of gotten good at bringing a variety of videos to the table, so I'm not just doing car reviews. I'm doing track day videos, I'm doing mod videos, I'm doing product reviews, I'm doing car shows, I'm doing car club events. I try to do a wide variety, so that way you never know what you're going to get when you subscribe to my channel, because it may be something totally new and you may really like it. So that's my hope anyway. I always hope you enjoy my content, but I won't know unless I get feedback from you guys. So that's why we always tell you guys to comment down below to let us know what you think. That's why we tell you to hit the like button, not just because we like the attention. We really want your feedback to know how we're doing. If there's something that you like or don't like, let us know, because we are the creators and we want to make you guys happy. So another con about being a YouTuber is you're definitely going to eat up some of your free time. Like it's just going to happen. If you make videos pretty regularly and pretty consistently, your free time is going to be eaten up, no matter what kind of content you're doing. So just be aware of that. My free time is getting less and less now these days. I used to be able to watch YouTube videos pretty frequently at the time, but over the last few months, a lot of my free time is starting to be eaten up because the car show scene is picking up. I recently got into a relationship, so of course that takes up a lot of time too, but of course I'm not complaining about that one bit. Just be aware that you are going to have to sacrifice some of your free time for this stuff, because editing alone that's something that I had to adjust into my time. So people will ask to hang out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I gotta edit. It's like saying, I'm sorry, I gotta do homework. Essentially it is, because this is for my my channel, it's for my business, and I have to allot that time and dedicate it to my channel if I want it to do well. So allow some time for editing and for filming videos, so you are gonna have to sacrifice that free time. It's just gonna happen. A third pro that I have noticed, and I would say this is the final thing that I'll touch on, is the benefit of seeing your work come to life. After watching so many different car YouTuber videos, I kind of had an idea of how I wanted my channel to go. I didn't want to copy off of anyone, but I kind of wanted it to be a blend of the different type of content I've been watching as far as the car community goes. So what I did was when I downloaded my editing software and I found some music that I really liked and I posted my very first video, I did cry because I didn't think I would be doing something like this, and I was just really proud. So you really get a good sense of accomplishment and pride when you're putting something out there that you've spent a lot of time working on, and it's a rewarding feeling. And it's also a rewarding feeling to know that your hard work and your product that you're putting out there on the internet, other people are enjoying it too. And that's a really great feeling, to think that, you know, of course you're always going to be your own biggest critic, but you're also going to be, you should be your own biggest supporter. And it's nice to see that other people agree with what you're doing. So it's really a great feeling. Yes, money does come into play. I am monetized now. It still took several months before I was able to get monetized, but you know, it's a nice little bit of pocket change for right now. You know, I'm still a small YouTuber in my eyes, so I'm not expecting much. And you know, sometimes this pocket change can help with some camera equipment that I may be buying, so it definitely helps. That feeling of watching someone really enjoy your work and they say, you know, your videos help me decide on getting this, or your videos help me get through a bad day or something like that, is really rewarding. So I like that feeling. And finally, one more con, another thing that kind of held me back from starting my channel in the first place was putting myself out to the public. I still consider myself a very shy person. Let me turn off this blinker, it's getting on my nerves. I'm still considered a very shy person. Of course, I've been coming out of my shell more and more as my channel's been going along, because I want to make these great connections with people and with business owners and stuff. So I've kind of been working on that, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with putting myself out to the world, essentially, because YouTube is worldwide and literally anybody from any country can watch what I'm doing and see who I am. So I try to be selective on what I post about my personal life. So that is one of the risks that I had to take. I wasn't too fond of it, but just know that you may have to end up doing that with your channel if you're that type of content. You could be an anonymous YouTuber and just do voiceovers about stuff, or just create videos point blank period. So not everybody's gonna have that risk that I'm dealing with, but to be a car content YouTuber and to do car reviews and stuff, I kind of had to put myself out there. So I never really wanted to be famous, so we'll see where this channel takes me. But yeah, that's one of the risks I had to take. So just be aware of that, depending on what type of content you have, that you may have to put yourself out there. So yeah, there's plenty of pros and cons. Those were some of the main ones that I wanted you guys to know, in case any of you guys were thinking about starting your own channel. It's definitely possible for any person. I didn't think I was going to be someone that enjoyed talking in front of a camera, and it's something that I've gotten used to. I hated public speaking, but here I am. So I guess it's not public speaking, it's just talking into a camera, but eventually the public will see it. So, ooh, that is a nice Corvette. Oh, there's that higher RPM kick. Cold air intake doing what it's supposed to. But yeah, so those were some of the reasons. I hope you guys kind of found that helpful, and if you guys were considering it, let me know if you have any concerns about doing this yourself, or if you have any tips about what I could do to improve my content. You know, I told you what type of camera I use. I've tried different external mics, but some of them didn't work out. So it's trial and error with a lot of this stuff, and you are going to have frustrations where you accidentally delete a file. I've done that plenty of times, and I'm ready to pull my hair out. There are times where rain has affected the videos that I have, and you know, you can't do anything about the weather but deal with it. So you know, there's trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day, I'm still having fun with it. I'm still around my passion, which is cars, and I'm enjoying all of it. So everything is a learning experience. So something didn't work out this time, but hopefully I will have learned from it that time, and hopefully won't do it again. So but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, if you enjoy my content, please feel free to subscribe. I do post twice a week, so there's always something cool for you to watch. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button so I know you're enjoying it. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.